the Robert Kiyosaki of internet marketing. Tracy has been an entrepreneur since the age of 18 and moved from Canada to the US. Welcome, Canadian. In 2006, where she's now operates an international empire of companies. Learn about Tracy and get free special report for our special ladies. And go to the http://millionairemarketingmiracles.com. That's a pretty easy name to remember. So Tracy, come on in.
All right, thank you very much.
Is this the mic on here?
Okay. Check, check. Nope.
Okay, super. All right, how's everybody today?
Woohoo, yes.
All right, I just did the overnight flight, so you've got me on 30 hours of sleep deprivation. Okay, so we're going to talk today about the online keys to more leads, more sales, more often with less work. Does that sound good? Yes or yes? Yes. Excellent. Okay, so to introduce myself a little, I'll let the video do the talking. Experience. Thank you. The new era of freedom. Let me hear you say yes. Yes. Excellent. Let's get going. Did you know that there's 1.7 billion internet users, over 500 million active Facebook users, 2 billion searches are done daily on Google, 100 million YouTube views, 3 million tweets per day, 7.1 trillion was made in online sales. And more millionaires are being created faster than the whole of the last century. So are you ready to get your piece of that pie and hit your target? Let me hear you say yes. Yes. Excellent. All right. The reality though, 90% of you are doing what you have always done, which means you're sticking to the same marketing plans, you're sticking to maybe what worked in the 80s. When we were in the Maldives, they were still depending on big, thick brochures that they were catalogs, costing hundreds and hundreds of dollars to send out per catalog. And that's what they were still using. The internet can absolutely cut and slash your advertising budgets and have you laser targeted exactly at who you need to hit. So what if there was a system that could transform your business? Because it is time for a change. This is the new era of marketing. And for those of you that embrace the internet, you're going to be on the ride of life, because this is definitely the time that the internet has never been more relevant. And that is how you're going to increase your sales. The reality, most don't keep up with marketing technology. Many don't even have a marketing plan. But the thing with the technology of today, especially when you think about social media, and you're like, okay, I'll get on Twitter, and I'll get on Facebook, and I'll get on YouTube, and I'll get on LinkedIn. The problem is you need a plan to cohesively put all of that together to equal money. Otherwise, you're just spending time on social media. Well, what if there was a marketing system that would let you make money while you slept? Well, there is such a system, so that you can literally have your pipeline of leads and prospects fill for you. The reality though, people are using traffic and customer acquisition methods that are getting you nowhere. And worse than that, you're working really hard at it. You're using the phone. And the phone is a great tool after your prospect has already been sold on you. But to sell somebody on you because you need those 7 hits takes a lot of time and effort. And the issue with that is you want to increase your income while decreasing the amount of time you have to spend, while actually decreasing your overhead. Does that sound good?
Yes.
That's the system that the internet is going to be able to give to you. And how about a system that automatically gets you noticed? The reality though, most people have no idea what to sell or how to sell what you have. Anybody ever encounter that little problem? You know, it's funny, I started my first company in 1985 at the age of 18. It was in the e-commerce area. I was a software developer for electronic data interchange products. And for, we had a product that distributed around the world that we developed called Remote Desk. And all of them were e-commerce. And it was great. We were wonderful software developers. But marketing was a whole nother hat. And I actually had to move from the development division to the marketing because it wasn't selling. We had this great product that wasn't selling, and that's how I learned through the world of hard knocks how to become a marketer. But what if there was a system? There was a complete online blueprint to massive success. Anybody here like an online blueprint so that you don't have to figure out the whole thing yourself?
Yes.
Good. Because the reality, you wait for business to come to you. Anybody ever wait for business to come to you? Maybe that phone will ring. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Oh, maybe that pipeline will fill up this week. Or I'm doing this, and that will bring all those people I need to make my quota this month. That's waiting for business to come to you. But what if you had a system where they were lining up to buy what you have? Anybody like a system like that?
Yes.
That is the internet. The reality though, you're not building an online list. This is the greatest asset that you can have in your business right now. Because this is the key to making money while you sleep. This is the key to saying, wow, I'd like to buy a car. It's 25 grand. And you hitting the button and sending an email to your list and having 25 grand pour into your bank account. That is a result of an online list. How many people here are now building an online list already? You have that landing page. Very, very good. So we've got a lot more that need to, but that's probably the highest I've ever been in a room where people actually have a landing page and they're feeding an automated system such as an autoresponder, which I'll touch on, and they're actually making money while they sleep. But what if there was a system that magnetically attracted your exact target audience, and not only that, it broadcasted your message simply, clearly, and concisely with no further effort from you. But the reality is, 87% of entrepreneurs get stuck in their day-to-day operations. You get stuck working in your business and not on your business. And that becomes the death of a business. How would you like the easy way out? Anyone want the easy way out?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try and attempt to touch on it in the 30 minutes that I have. Usually it's an all-day event, as you know. So here's the easy path to profit. It's called power. How to procure a customer, how to overhaul your marketing, how to work on your business, not in your business, how to embrace new media, and how to revitalize your power. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yes.
Okay, so before I get into that though, which again is, a lot of this is the stuff we're going to talk about on Saturday, I have to lay some foundation so that you see how that plan is going to implement. So I'm going to go over some of the foundational pieces. And this is the new era of marketing. It's the Internet Marketing Sales Foundation. So I'm going to have the time today to cover landing page, sales page, and autoresponder system, which is the trifecta that you need right now to success. I have to save traffic and customers, and one of the greatest things that I ever did, and really this is a perfect example of it, is build a membership site. That's where you get a community that is loyal, builds relationships, creates a family environment of people that know you, like you, trust you, buy from you. So here's an example of a landing page. It is just one page and it has one purpose. Get the name and the email address. That's your online list building right there. And in exchange, you're going to give them something. Maybe an audio interview, maybe a free report. A lot of people say, well, where do I get that? You already have it. It just isn't put together in the right way so that it will appear like an educational tool and not as a sales tool. And then at the end, that's when it becomes the sales tool, at the end of the report. When you educate them and you say, well, hey, would you like the easy way out? Guess what? Go here. And there it is right there. Name and email address. That's its only purpose. So that you can build your list of people that know you, like you, trust you, and buy from you. And here is where that name and that email address go. It's called an autoresponder system. It is a tool that allows you to automate the email process. So because it takes on average 7 to 12 touches for somebody to either understand your product, especially if it's complex, to see that benefit they've been waiting for, or to really feel that they trust you enough that, yeah, you know what, I could buy from you. You are going to be in my life. You aren't going to vanish. And so this is an automatic way for them to feel like you are having personalized communications with them to the point where they are like, yeah, let's do this. Let's build a relationship. I want to talk to you. And then maybe they pick up the phone if you have a high-priced item, or even better, they simply buy your product at that point. So here it is. It goes from the name right there. There's their email address. And it comes over here, and all of a sudden, emails start to automatically go out the door to them. And it says, Dear Jane, Dear Susan, Dear Joyce. So everybody feels like you're directly communicating to them. And each of these emails is a little touch point. You're just saying, hey, thanks very much, here's your free report. The next one goes out the door and says, wow, I hope you enjoyed that report. If you noticed on point number 2, it talked about XYZ. Next time it goes out the door, you highlight another little benefit of something about you, your service, your product, whatever it is that's going to motivate somebody to finally understand what it is that you have to sell and offer. And these continue out the door, and they just continue. They're personalized. They promote 24/7. They sell 24/7, and they build the relationship for you that you really don't want to have the time to spend. You need to be working on the business, not in the business. That's where all the strategy takes place. That's where the money takes place, is when you're kind of up here looking at a larger viewpoint of your business, rather than going, oh man, I gotta get some money in that bank account. It's the new era of marketing, and that is focused marketing. If you notice when you see on TV a commercial, it doesn't talk about 10 things, it talks about one thing. One of the most lethal things you can do is completely depend upon a corporate site. Because your corporate site is confusing. It's incredibly educational, but probably 80% of the visitors get completely overwhelmed by the time they get there. They have about, they have 7 services, they have 12 products, there's all these things, and they're like, I don't have time for this today, I gotta go. And so they leave. And the biggest disaster right there is, if you don't have a landing page before they hit that, they're gone. You have no idea who they were, what they were looking for. You have no ability to continue to help them. Nothing. You're now all alone, and they're gone. And maybe they went looking somewhere else, and maybe they found that person, and then they're gone forever. Somebody else got them. But if you have them in your landing page, even if you sent them there, at least you can do the touch point communication with them. But even better is to send them to a sales page. Focus their attention on your best item. Then later communicate to them about the smaller little things that you might have. You know, talk about your best seller right off the bat. I went from selling a $17 book to a $5,500 service like that, and people were buying. So you can do the nice big leaps. And then people that didn't buy that, I'd say, hey, maybe that's a little too much for you right now. What if? And I'd sell them something at a lesser price. If they didn't buy that, I'd sell them something at a lesser price, because most people have many items for lesser prices. So you just tier them down till you hit each person's comfort level. But you can't do that if they're not in your pipeline. And here's generally kind of what a sales page looks like. Nice, simple, sells one thing. This is one of my clients, Tracy Repchuk, and she focuses on eco-friendly and greening the environment. And she does it by focusing on the family. She doesn't want it to be hard for people to recycle or confusing about buying eco-friendly products for their home. And so she's the Green Your Family guru. So there's what it all looks like. The landing page, the sales page, the autoresponder, and then later we talk about traffic customers, and really the mecca of it all. My life completely changed when I implemented my very first membership site, because that is where money comes in the door month after month after month, and it just keeps growing and an upward. So you don't have to sell a product once. That was my plan B. Because I had my own business, I was exchanging time for money, and I was like, how am I ever going to get out of this model? I wanted to spend more time with my 3 kids, and this was my answer, my plan B. And so it's a great, great thing to implement in your life. So there's the steps. Again, that is actually just kind of the setup, because now on Saturday we go into how to procure that customer, how to overhaul your marketing, how to work on your business, how to embrace new media, and how to revitalize your power. But you needed to know these things before I could tell you that, because without them, none of this works. And then here's a quick look at the $1 million design. If you take a look at something like this, if you want to keep your life simple, do one thing and take it among many items. So if I give you a brief history of what I did, I started with a book, okay? So 25 bucks for a book, 31 Days to Millionaire Marketing Miracles. Then I took that book into a coaching program. So that started at 8,500 bucks right off the bat. I took that coaching and started to do seminars and workshops. The same information. I took that same information and made a CD. I took that same information and made an ebook for 47 bucks, 97 with a workbook. The reason I tell you that is I sell 100 times more ebooks and workbooks than I do this book at Amazon. Tells you, you think, why would anybody pay $47 for something you can get for 25 at Amazon? They want it, and they want it now. They want it at 2 o'clock in the morning when they're thinking, I need to make money this week. And so it's an urgency, and it satisfies them. I took everything from 325 pages and created a complete empire. Then when I broke this apart into a membership site called Internet Success University, again, now people were paying me $47 a month for me to break this down into bite-sized chunks, because that's what some people need. They just need one little thing, and they just need to do that well that week, then they get their next thing to do. And so really, what I do is I focus on how to teach you how to take all of the elements that you have and turn it into a very simple empire. Then you start to do your teleseminars. You sell over the phone. I made $21,000 in 90 minutes on the phone. Anyone want to make 21 grand in 90 minutes? That's a teleseminar. That's a webinar. Incredibly powerful tools. And I know a group like this is probably attending stuff like that all the time. But turn it around and do your own. And that's it. You simply fill all those bubbles in, and your life is actually very simple. That's what I love about it, because I had a business that I really became a slave to. And when I switched to a model like this, everything changed. So it's time to break away from the pack and to take a look at your $1 million empire, the opportunities that are out there for you. And on Saturday, if you are able to come, I'm going to break down all the power strategies and the step-by-step actions to take using the foundation of a landing page, a sales page, and your autoresponder system. So that's it. Thanks very much, everybody.